Hello, everyone. Here we've got Cliff. Cliff's going to be on the chat today. He was coming from the train just then. So if you're wanting to type anything into the chat, we will have Cliff with us. If there's any delay in response, it might be just because there's a reception stage. Who have we got today? We've got Kim saying hello. Hello, Kim. There's Liz and Jane. Hello to you all. I'm sure we'll have more people coming on. Titus, hello, hello. And Carolyn, everyone's coming in thick and fast now. Lovely to see you all. So I'm running the class again. I was here last week covering for someone, but this is my week this week. Our point of the week is one of our favorite points. It's one of the most useful points and one of the most used points in Shiatsu, acupuncture, so many different practices. So it'll be great to get into that today. I hope you have a lovely day. We are going to do the usual thing. If you have paper and pen, we're going to do a scan, make a few notes or images. We'll do the polls, and then we'll get going on the actual class. First of all, I'd like, as I normally do, to start us off as a group. So if you would like to stand, or you can do this staying sitting, just close your eyes for a moment. Imagine you are in a circle of people. You don't have to see who they are necessarily. Just know that you are in a circle, and it is all the people who are joining us live in this moment as well as later, because in this space, time is not quite what we think of it as. And so I just want us to have a moment of being this group and having thanks for this group. So thank you all for coming along. It's beautiful to be here. Okay. Now you can open your eyes, bring your attention to the top of your head, because we're going to do the scan now. So we're scanning down as usual, and I want you to not only be aware of any areas that might feel a bit blocked, tight, or uncomfortable, or weak, or whatever's the usual sort of thing, but also notice if any area feels like it needs a bit more of something, or if you've just got a bit too much up here and not enough down there, or a bit too much down here and not enough up here. So I'll bring you back to that at the end, but we're just gonna do a nice noticing scan. So here we go. From the top of the head, scanning down through the cranium, the skull, back of the skull, sides and front, through the face. How's your face today? Don't forget your jaw. We often hold tension in the jaw, so how's the jaw, the sense organs of the face? And then the neck, how's the neck? The back of the neck, sides, and the front. I'm noticing tension in myself. How's yours? And then come across the shoulders and out to the tips of the shoulders, noticing how the shoulders are feeling. We're going to scan down the arms. So just come down the arms, the upper arm, down to the elbows, how the elbow joints, down through the forearms, to the more finer wrists, how the wrists and the hands, more intricate bones, tendons, muscles, fingers. Give them a little wiggle. Okay, come back up to the shoulder girdle. And now we're going to scan down through from the shoulder girdle through the chest and upper back. And into the torso. How's the rib cage? Your spine, how are the organs inside? How's your sense of inside? And then the musculature as well. You've got the lower back, your sides, your belly, your abdomen. And then you've got more of the organs inside, and you've got your spine. How's everything feeling in your lower torso? Now the pelvis, the hips at the front, hips at the sides and at the back, your sacrum, your buttocks, through the thighs, longest bone in the body there, through to the knee, largest joint. How are your knees today? Through the calf muscles, down to the ankles, and the feet, again, more intricate through the feet. So just have awareness of the feet and the toes, the soles of the feet on the ground. Okay. And now just bring your awareness to the whole of your body. How is the whole of this body? Anywhere that is catching your attention? Anywhere of fullness or tightness catching your attention? Anywhere of a more weaker or needing or deficient area catching your attention? Okay. You can open your eyes again, come into the room. If you've got paper and pen, make a little note. Here we go. I'm going to make a little bit of a picture. Do what you need to do, image or words. Okay, so just to start you off, showing a tightness across the neck and shoulders, and then a sort of a weaker feeling on one side of my digestive system and lower abdomen. So that's what I've got to start with. So we're just going to come back to the scanning and go into the 3 burners and whether our energy is feeling too up or too down, and then we'll come to some poles. So let's go into the burners. So by now you should all be well aware. If you are a new person, then just follow along and tune into yourself. So from the belly button down to the top of the pubic bone, lower burner. So you can contact it with your hands if you like, front and back, wherever you need to. Tune in. And what's it like? Maybe you get metaphorical imagery, maybe you just get a sense of what it feels like. Just be aware, what's it like in there? How's my lower burner today? That's what you're asking. Okay. For me, it seems to be hard to kind of tune into it. It's like there's not a lot of awareness there. So I'm going to come back to that in a second because sometimes that's how it is. But let's move up. So now belly button up to diaphragm for the middle burner. So just tuning in to the middle burner. Okay. Hopefully a little bit more of I've got a bit more of a definite sense of what this is like. Now, what we can do is reflect back. So let's just do a little comparison. Middle burner, this is what we just picked it up as. Yeah. Okay, there's the quality of the middle burner. Come back to the lower burner. Quality of the lower burner. Is it exactly the same? No, most likely not. So that's great. That's what we have to work with. Now we can check in with the upper burner from the diaphragm up to the clavicles, the collarbones. So we can tune in. I quite like using my hands, but you can just use your mind. Upper burner. Okay. Okay. And if you want to, again, just check in. Middle burner. Lower burner, upper burner. So let's put a little bit of something down on paper to see what the differences are like. So and so I've now made my picture a lot more confusing. So I put it on there. You can see the upper burner is quite nice and open and airy, but it is a little bit weak. Middle burner is more held and a bit full, and the lower burner is like there's not a lot going on. Could be a bit more Qi full of Qi. So we're going to do a poll now on which burner you would like to work with. So let's just put that out to you all. So which burner do you most want to work on today? For me, if I was going to tune in, what am I most wanting to work on? We're going to work on all of them. But I feel like I'd probably go lower burner if I was to be perfectly honest, because then that's really going to get that sort of slow and slightly sluggish feeling down there activated, which also underpins everything else. So what have we got? We've got most of you have answered, and at the moment, okay, the middle burner is the most obvious for most of you, but very close behind is the lower burner. Fantastic. Oh, hello. Okay, I thought this was going to happen. So we've got a few more people going lower burner. Okay, so I think pretty much everyone's in now. Lower burner's most important, then middle burner, then upper burner. So that's how we'll focus today. Excellent. And last thing I will get us to check in with is with our sense of our energy, general, so get a general sense of yourself again. And just notice, whilst you're standing there, and relax, open up the joints a little bit, and notice, are you feeling a bit heavy down on the ground? Is your energy a bit downwards? Or are you feeling a bit kind of like not really there in the legs, and you're a bit up, and there's more heady stuff, more shouldery stuff, more up in the air? So where are you? Are you more up? Are you more down? Are you more balanced? Are you pretty much settled? If you had to pick one or the other, where do you feel your energy is more going to? Okay. So I can notice mine. I'm going to put a poll up again. Here we go. Is your energy very much too up? Oh, I'm really ungrounded. Or there's maybe just really too down. Oh, I'm just way too grounded. There's just nothing left up here. Or are you like, I feel a bit heavy, a bit grounded, or like, I'm a bit ungrounded? Balanced. Some of you are just like, yeah, I'm gold. I'm good. So a few people saying ungrounded. Less of the heavy today. There's a bit more of this. It's understandable. There's a lot of things going on at the moment in terms of changes going on in the sort of energy of the environment. That's how I would put that. And so it's going to be really useful for us to stay a bit more grounded at the moment. Without going into any more detail though, let's get on with the class and enjoy today's Wednesday class. Now, we're going to do a little bit of shaking off, loosening, and then before we get into the burners, I'm going to do the usual thing I've been doing recently where we find the point of the week, have a little see what it's like, go through the 3 burners, really get our energy moving more clearly, and then come back to that point again and see if it's different and what we get from it. Okay, so first of all, let's just shake out a bit. So, yeah, let's just start at the feet. Always a good place to start. Stretching out the feet. And just giving them a little bit of a roll around. So we're just opening out the feet by giving them a bit of a press into the ground and a sort of a roll around in some way. Shake them out. We will massage kidney 1 in a bit, don't worry. Okay. And as we start to do the other foot, just notice the difference between the two. One's just very, very briefly been stretched out. You can do this whilst you're sitting down as well. This is great. Easy to do whilst you're sitting down. And also you can just give your feet a bit of a massage if you want to. Okay, give it a bit of a shake. And then let's take the shaking into the lower leg and the knee joint and the thigh and hip, however that works for you. Oh, my hip's clicking today. And you can, if you want to, roll your flesh around the bone. If you come away from the leg, if you're leaning into the leg, you're using muscle. If you come out of the leg and it's just loose, you can just shake it out. Okay, notice the 2 legs, always useful. Nice, sink into this leg. Shake from the ankle to the calf muscle, loosening the flesh around the bones, the knee joint nice and smooth. Use a wall to lean on if you need it. Okay, thighs. Wobbling the flesh if you need to. It's a lovely feeling to really loosen that flesh around the bone. You've got the hip joint. Okay, shake the other one out again as well, just to even them out. Just moving the waist. So just moving the hips side to side, just having them relax, open. Okay. So now just notice the lower body and the upper body, just noticing the difference. When we give a little bounce on the knees, shake out the hands. And really appreciate that feeling of loosening up. Have a little sigh, a nice deep breath, because it really helps. It really helps. So really noticing one's energy levels. Are they a bit sort of like that? Or are you a bit kind of like that as we're going through today? Because the point today is really about that sort of tonifying, strengthening one's energy levels. So this is taking the shaking and loosening into the arms, as you can see. And we're going to do the elbows, smooth movements for the elbows, not smooth movements. Helps to kind of, it's almost like you're getting a bit of oil in the hinge, in the joints, lubricating the joints. Okay, and then the shoulders. Use sound if you need to. Whatever works for you, whatever's right for you. And whilst you're jiggling the upper body, tipping your head one way or another will help to open out the neck, the shoulders, upper back, chest a little bit. But be sensible with the neck. Don't just kind of chuck it back. The vertebrae in the neck can easily get tight, and so you want to move them just like easily, nicely, and slowly. Not too far, no extremes. Okay, take the shaking into the whole body, but just gently so. Feel it all the way through your body and torso, letting the hara, the belly, just kind of gently bounce. Bom, bom, bom. Letting it relax. And then smaller and smaller and smaller still until the movement is almost just a sense of movement inside. And sink it right into your center line. And then just let go. Okay, fantastic. So let's have a little look at point of the week. Just briefly, going to check in. Here comes the slide. Stomach 36. Woohoo! Love this point. I'm pretty sure this is the point. Let me just check. I think we did this. Did we do this last time? Yes. So we're on stomach 36 today. And everyone hopefully will have done this point before. So I'm just I will show my knee and the point on my knee. But actually it doesn't describe it on here exactly where it is. So I'll just get rid of the slide for a moment. But as you can see, it's that second yellow dot. Now, so here's my knee. I'll lift it up a bit. You've got the kneecap, the patella. You're on the outside edge, and you can see how there's like a knobbly bit here on the tibia, the anterior tibial crest. And you're on the outside edge in the muscle just below it. So it's about 3 to 4 fingers width below the lower edge of the patella. So here's the patella, here's the bottom of the kneecap, the actual little bony bit on the knee. If I stand up and do this, you can kind of see, here's the kneecap. See that? Now from the bottom edge, 4 fingers width down, outer edge in the flesh. Yeah, okay. And you can give that a little tap. You can give it a little loose fist. You can give it a little tap like that. Or you can just give it a little squeeze. And the whole area, it's not like one of these ones where you've got to be super precise. Where is it? You can actually be fairly pretty much just in that area. Just notice what it's like. Does it feel easy? Is it a bit sore? So for me, it is a little bit sore today, but that's okay because I think I actually need it. Just like from the beginning, I was saying when we were going through the burners, it's almost like I was a bit sluggish in the lower burner and a bit stuck in the middle burner. We will see later how both of those things can be helped with this point. So this is just to get a feel for it. And if you want to share anything in the chat about what it feels like for you, you can go on this side. It's just on the outside, outer. This is my inner leg, this is my outer leg. Yeah. Lovely. Yes, it is useful to use that anterior ridge of the bone for location. It's not as obvious with some people, but for me, it sticks out like a sore thumb. So that's useful for showing to other people. Okay, so this is a great point. It really helps to build up Qi. And so, as we go straight in, we will go straight into the lower burner. So let's get a little sense of the lower burner. You may even already be feeling that sort of something going on there. So with that already starting, let's get a sense of the lower burner. And we'll breathe into it to begin with. So bring your hands over the front, or if you like, one on the back, one on the front. And we're just going to breathe in, relax, settle that sense of the breath down, breathing out only what we don't need. So what we've breathed in settles and stays here, okay? So breathing in, settle it, and breathe out what you don't need. Gets my digestion going already. Breathing in, settle, breathe out. Breathing into the lower burner, settling it, letting it rest, breathing out what you don't need. And start to rub around on the lower burner area. So my belly button is here, my pubic bone here, so I'm in this lower burner space. And we're just having a sense of, not only is this nice, but it's building energy from the hands, but you can also send energy. You can send Qi through your hands, right through into the organs, in towards the spine. And if you can reach round to your back, use the backs of your hands to circle the kidneys as well. And if you can't reach round to your back, just stay doing circles on the front, but really have that sense of projecting. You can use your breath like that with the breath. So whatever's right for you. I'm going to do a bit more of a stimulating movement, because like I said at the beginning, my lower burner felt a little bit sluggish, so I'm getting it a bit more activated. But you may just want to be nice and loose and gentle. It's what's right for you, remember. Always what's right for you, because it's not the same for anyone else. Lovely. Okay. Maybe just a little bit of light tapping around the lower burner area. And then we're going to tap down bladder and come up kidney. So you're going from the sacrum, backs of the legs, and up the inside of the back of the legs, which I find easiest if you turn your toes out. Ooh, let's move a bit of energy about. Let's get into the old kidney one. I'll get the chair up. Wee, yep. So, as we all know, the lovely kidney one is to 1/3 of the way down, which is here, just underneath the ball of the foot. So you can get in. As we say each time, if you cannot reach your own feet, you can use a ball or the corner of a step, something like that, and just kind of massage your foot onto it, opening up. But the thing that's really important is when you're doing this with your hands, with a ball or a corner or someone else's hands is the best, is allow your mind to explore through all of the tendons and bones, and just allow that opening feeling, spreading out and opening. Wow, it feels so good. How often do we stop and massage our feet? Oftentimes we're on our feet all day. Feels good. Now, the best thing at this time of year, seeing as the weather's a little bit more clement for it, is when you can, finding some ground that is comfortable for you to go barefoot on. And that's also going to be really good for grounding. We are electrically conductive beings. we have electricity around us the whole time. And of course, shoes and car tires and often buildings' floors are all synthetic materials that don't conduct electricity. So we need to ground quite often. So it can be really great. It's not the only way of grounding, but it's a great way of grounding, is going barefoot. And obviously the best are on sandy beaches. The negative ions in the air are fantastic. So that's why going to the beach feels so wonderful. So that's a great one. Okay, you can give your foot a rub or a bit of a tap. Just noticing. Oh, very different one side to the other. Just do the other foot. So again, underneath the ball of the foot, 1/3 of the way down from the top. Sometimes it's nice not really saying anything, just sinking into it. So I'm just going to be quiet for a moment and enjoy. Don't forget other parts of the foot, maybe the heel, maybe the top of the foot. And if you are someone who is very ungrounded, then you've got kidney 1. You've also got liver 3 here. So you can hold both of those together. And so my thumb, you can see here, is sinking in. I'm not doing this gripping. I'm actually trying to relax into it, relax the weight into it. And at the same time, it's almost like this arm is sinking, but it's kind of gently pulling in. So I've got kidney 1 and liver 3. And they're both really great at, the kidney 1 is much better for the yin of the body, which is more about the lower part of the body in general. And the liver 3 is about smoothly flowing and connecting back down here. So you've got 2 lovely ways of reconnecting to the lower part of the body again. Kidney 1, liver 3. Lovely. Okay, I'll get the chair out of the way and we'll carry on. So now let's just get a sense of that feeling. So opening the feet and kidney 1, sinking at your awareness through the feet into the ground. Get a sense of the earth below you, even if it's through the structures of the floor. Connect with that sense of the ground, that sense of the earth. Sink right into that depth of the earth, that solidity, the constant support. Its deep and dark earthy nature. The yin. Relax the ankles, relax the knees, relax the hips. Let the belly settle. Let the lower back relax. Allowing yourself to sink down through these opened channels we've now opened, into the floor, into the ground, into the earth. And allow the response from the earth. That's what reconnecting is. It's not just sending our Qi down into the earth. It is allowing a response from the earth through us so that we come together. Nice. Okay. We'll just check in one last time with how the lower bone is doing. Does it feel different? how was it before? So I remember drawing my lines, a bit sluggish. Now, how is it doing? Okay, a bit more active. So we've done rubbing, breathing in, rubbing the kidneys, opening out the channels and opening out kidney 1. Fantastic. So now we're going to come up to the middle burner. So belly button to diaphragm at the space. As we've been doing, we're in the earth element, the stomach and spleen, and they're about, bringing things in, nourishing, being nourished by things, and that could be on any level: physical, emotional, mental, spiritual. Getting one's needs met, and there are lots of other things that go with that. And the other side of the middle burner is the liver and gallbladder, and this is more about smooth flow. And that can be tendons in the body, but it could also be emotions. It could be your creativity and your expression, and your mind, how easily your mind flows and how flexible it is. Make plans, and then can you be flexible if needs be? So these are the sort of two main aspects we're working with. Now, obviously, the point of the week is the stomach 36. So I'm just going to get us to do a little bit of tapping down the bottom here. If you want to be a bit more vigorous. So as you can see, I'm below the knee level. Here's the bottom of my kneecap. 4 fingers width down, just on the outer edge, so you're in the flesh. We've done a lot of that work with the kidney 1 and opening to connect to the ground. Now we're doing a bit of just tapping the stomach 36. And you can do just a bit of this around the knee and the lower leg. Okay. That's just a bit of activation of that earth Qi, through activating the stomach 36. And we'll see why that's really good in a minute. As I said, it's quite a strengthening, tonifying point. Okay. Does that give any sense more of that grounding, or does it give more of a sense of energy moving up? Okay, a little bit of both for me. So let's do some of the grounding work to help. First of all, you can place your hands over your belly button. Maybe just rub the hands together a bit to begin with. Getting a little bit of energy in the hands. Gather a bit of energy around you and bring it to the belly button, the umbilicus. And now imagine that you're pouring energy through the hands into the belly. So they're coming through. And it's like a perfect nectar, a golden liquid, whatever's right for you. For some people it might be the sort of like milk and honey type idea. For others, it might just be like a bright light. So whatever's nourishing, and we're going to start doing circles this way, and it's up on the right, across, down on the left, and you're doing the whole of your belly. So up to the edges of the ribs, down to the edge of the pubic bone. And it's not super slow. You can be slow to begin with to get a feeling, but then I want you to a little bit quicker. And this way, we are activating the digestive system. We're not overactivating, we're just activating it a little bit. Now, if you have any sense of blockage, this can be for helping to move that blockage. Get the movement moving along, unclear the sticks from the stream, allow the flow. If there's more of a sense, like me, of a slow digestion system, then this is building the Qi up. Okay. Just getting a bit of energy moving. And I'm starting to feel my digestive system respond. I just felt a little gurgle. And normally this would be done 81 circles. Sounds like a lot, but if we're doing it this quickly, that's more than 1 a second. So you're only really doing it for just over a minute. And I've said before, the reason why it's 81 circles is because it's 9 times 9. And 9 in Chinese numerology is the most yang, whereas 1 is the most yin. So you have 1 to 9, just those numbers. 1 is the most yin, 9 is the most yang, so you're kind of doing yang times yang. Okay, now relax the arms, relax the hands, let them come back to center. Relax the shoulders. Any warmth that's left in your hands, any energy, allow that now to settle in, to be part of your digestive fire. And let the stomach energy in you accept it and bring it in. That's part of what the stomach energy does. So with that, we're going to tap down the stomach channel, and that's from the belly, outer front thigh, outside of the knee, stomach 36, top of the foot, and then spleen, you're just coming in, inside edge of the foot, inner aspect to the front of the leg. Back to the belly. I'm just going to do that 3 times. So the stomach, we're just taking in that lovely work and energy we've just brought to the digestive system, and the spleen is going to send it to where it needs to go. Transformation and transportation. Okay, yummy. And now the smooth flow for the liver and gallbladder. That's the sides of the body. So we're going to do the twisting thing we normally do. So feet and knees pretty much stay where they are. We stay in a center line, and we just move our hips. Start by just moving your hips from one corner of the room to the other corner of the room. And get a sense of your center line, head floating up, spine hanging down, loosely relaxed. The pelvis just turning. And then allow that turning to take that nice spine and allow it to twist. So it just does a little bit of a gentle twist. Very gentle, loose and open. You're not holding yourself up like that, you're relaxed, sinking in. And then, excuse me just 1 second. There we go. Yeah. If you're needing to make this stronger, if you're feeling like, oh, I'm really quite blocked up in the middle here, and I really need to loosen it out a bit more, you can use your hands to really swing it out and sort of stretch out, increase the twist, bump your hands into wherever there's a bit of a blockage. So I just loosely flop mine onto my shoulders where I really felt it. I'm really feeling that opening and releasing a bit more. If that's too much, then just stay in that movement of just opening and closing. So you see how you can use it for whatever's right for you, and that is then for you and by you. So explore. Okay, so this is helping to twist, which gives the opening of the sides, the opening of the sinews of the body, gently increasing the flexibility, which the energy of your whole self, your Qi, then gets a sense of, yes, I can loosen and open and be more flexible when it's needed. Okay, and allow that to pretty much come to a close of its own accord. Just allow the movement to become like a tiny minor movement. Until the movement is almost just a sense of an echo in your center and then let go. Lovely. Now, check in, middle burner. How was it when we started? How is it now? Okay. So let's come to the upper burner. We'll just do a brief bit with the upper burner. It wasn't seemingly so important for so many, but for those who it was important for, let's do some focused upper burner work. The first thing we can do is do some tapping on the chest. And then we're just going to do an open hand tapping down the yin aspect, which is the inner aspect, all the way from lung, heart protector to heart. So tapping across the chest, and then open hand here, just tapping around the inner aspect. Turn hand over, tapping back up the outer yang aspect. Just getting all of the yin channels, then all of the yang channels. Move across to the other side, tapping across the chest on this side. And then going down the yin of the arm, back up the yang. Giving a bit of a stroke down. Okay, let's check in with a couple of stretches. So we're just going to do this one where you breathe in and then breathe out. So you're going to really breathing in, stretching the opening the backs of the shoulders. Breathe out, let the hands reach out behind you. Middle fingers opening you out. And just seeing what the stretch is like. Is that easy? Is it okay? Yeah, doesn't feel too bad. Let's try lung, large intestine one. That was the heart protector, triple heater heart protector. Lung, large intestine, thumb and index fingers. Reaching up like a yawn in the morning. Wherever your shoulders are okay to go to. I've got a bit of a tight shoulder. It's seemingly poking me out a bit. Breathing in. Oh, how easy does that feel? Okay. Yeah. Okay. So I want you to just loosen the shoulders a little bit. And what we're going to do is we're going to lean forwards, something like this, so you can see the weight of my arms just jiggling down. You can do one at a time or both together. Is going to be opening all across here. So it's opening up. If I drop my head, it's also getting into the neck. But then maybe you're needing to open the chest a bit. So then what we can do is we can turn the hands out again. And rather than craning the neck back, you can just start to look up a bit. And you'll feel that a little bit more into the shoulders, the chest, and even into the front of the neck a little bit. Work with how far you can go. Maybe you want to take it a bit further. One side at a time. Okay, come back to the middle. And then we're going to gather something up and then sort of put it down. So it's almost like you're gathering up a weight, holding it close. Feel the warmth, and then just drop something down. So breathing in. Gather it up, breathing in, hold it close. Feel the warmth of the hands, and then let go. Okay. Let's just try a couple of breaths like this, see if they've changed at all. Breathing in, breathing out. Let the middle fingers direct you back. Okay, couple more. Only go as far as you need to go. I'm not going as far as I could because I've had a little bit of a pain in my sternum with a couple of ribs, so I'm not taking it too far. It's about recognizing one's sensitivity in the moment and not pushing it, working with it. Okay. How's that upper burner doing? How was it when we started? How is it now? Okay. So I remember when I started, my lower burner was really sluggish, middle burner, bit tight, upper burner, open, but a little bit weak. How much time have we got? Okay, good. And now, lower burner, much more active. Middle burner, freer, looser, more okay. Upper burner, warmer, but not hot. So a little bit more activation. So that's really nice differences. So now that we've gone and we're working up at the top, it'd be nice to clear the yang channels from the head. We had quite a lot of upper stuff, so let's get back down to the lower body. So we're going to start by, maybe just start by stroking the face and use a slightly heavy hand. Like that. And you can kind of wash your face, almost like you're washing the face and just drawing that energy over the head and back down the neck. Okay. Massage around the eyes, around the cheeks, the jaw. And now we're going to tap the head. So we're going to tap bladder, just from the inner edge of the eyebrow, round to the neck, using the fingertips, which also is helpful for opening the channels that end and begin in the hands. And then we're going to do the gallbladder. So that's the middle of the eyebrow and edge of the eye. I'll come a bit closer. Middle of the eyebrow, edge of the eye. I tend to do both at the same time. Going round, and that comes round to this point, just behind the ear. There we go. Then we're going to do from the outer edge of the eyebrow. This goes to triple heater. So we come to the ear here, go around the ear, and then out across the occiput. So edge of the ear, around the ear, out across the occiput. The neck. So you can do it in different ways. Like Cliff does this wonderful thing where you link the fingers and use the heel of the hand to squeeze in. I sometimes like doing this where I'm just allowing the weight of my arms to fall forwards and sinking my fingers in. Or you can do it with the thumbs. So just either side of the spine, and then a little bit further out, squeezing in. A little bit further out still, that gallbladder area, sides of the neck. Definitely need that. And then this lovely muscle here, called the sternocleidomastoid. On the back of that muscle is a great channel, small intestine to work. Just hooking round from the other side, just behind that muscle. And then we get to the shoulders, and we can do this. I hope you're okay to see that. You can just tap across to the shoulders like this. Okay. Any tapping of the upper body you can do to kind of help it open out. And then let's just tap down the sides of the body. The hips, sacrum, down the outside edge to the feet, down the back to the legs to the feet. And just stroking down. There we go. And just before we get back to the point of the week, to finish off, let's just check in. How are we doing? Does the energy seem like it's more up, more down, or sort of somewhere balanced? Get a sense of where yours is. So I'm feeling much more grounded myself. However, I still notice I've got a bit of energy up here. So, pardon me, going into the alignment seems to be getting my digestion going today, which is great, seeing as we're in the earth element. So, get that sense of connection above and below, the sort of, we're here, and almost like you're bringing your awareness, your attention. If you're too much down here, bring it up a bit. If you're too much up here, draw it down a bit. And as you draw that attention down, encourage the body to be doing the same. So as I draw my attention down, I allow my shoulders to relax out, torso to sink, belly to hara to settle open a bit more, soften in the hips and knees, ankles, so the legs drop down a bit more. And instantly I feel that sinking in. So you see, you can do it the other way around if you're needing to come up. Just bring that up, bring a little bit of the sense of more energy in here, more body holding itself. So, okay. And now we're going to do the point of the week. Let me get my glasses on so I can actually see what I'm doing. Do the point of the week with a bit more emphasis to finish us off and send us on our way. I tell you what, I'll get the chair back. You might be able to see my knee more easily then. Okay. In fact, so it says on here, the Qi of the stomach channel enters a deeper level to communicate with the stomach fu, and the fu just means the organ that the stomach is. It doesn't translate as organ directly, it just means it's a yang organ, a hollow organ. And so that's the type of organ it is. So it's sort of like it's taking the action of the point, the energy that you bring to the point, to a deeper level, to the actual stomach. It says lots of stuff here about like the kidney, that's meant to say yin, not just yi, the kidney yin, an earth point on the earth stomach channel, and the sea of nourishment. Now I'm going to get rid of this for a moment. I'm also going to get a couple of books up just to kind of tell you. The name refers to the point's strong tonifying effect. Foot 3 miles or leg 3 miles. Now, some people say that some armies, when they were marching, would tap this point every so often to bring them enough energy to carry on marching and to have enough strength in the legs to keep going for another sort of however many miles of marching. So let's just find the point. Now you can see I've got quite a knobbly anterior crest here, and you can see that there's the bottom and there's 4 fingers width in between them. So I'll be coming out into the flesh around about here. From the front, you can see it again, bottom of the kneecap, 4 fingers width. There's the sticky out bony bit, and we're in the outer flesh. We're not on the bone, outer flesh. So just finding this point, and again, it's not about gripping it as hard as possible. It's more about sinking in. So relax the arm and the shoulder. Let the weight of the arm sink. Then intend for that weight to go through from your fingers into the point, Allow your mind to settle into the point. Notice what it feels like locally. And just notice, I'm going to drop my leg so I get a bit more of an obvious effect. Notice if there's an effect elsewhere. Are you noticing the channel in the leg open up? Are you noticing more the digestive system? Or are you noticing more of a different sense in general? Okay, interesting. Let's just do the other side, see if it's any different. Thanks, Kim, for telling me I've got cute legs. So we're going to do the same point on the other side. There, you can really see the knobbly bit on my knee, underneath my knee here. So again, you can use all of your fingers. It's a very broad-ranging point. You don't have to be super precise with this one. It's quite nice. So I'm going to use the weight of both of my arms to really sink in. Okay. Again, is it more local? Is it more broad across the channel? Is it more affecting organs, or is it more general with the Qi? How are you finding this point? Let me know in the chat. Okay. So I can notice it locally, but more I get a sense of the channel opening up. A little bit of digestive stuff, but actually it moves more into the general Qi within me, in my torso especially, and into my back. We'll come to this in a second. So Caroline says it likes to be held. Jane, more of an upwards effect. Titus, I definitely got the channel awareness. Beautiful stuff, everyone. So we'll see here. It's said to harmonize the stomach. It fortifies the spleen and can resolve damp. So that, I was talking about that lower burner kind of like sluggish feeling. So that sluggish is a classic feeling of damp, and it helps to resolve the dampness. So if I tune in to my lower burner now, so it was already starting to feel less sluggish. It's now feeling a little bit more kind of like it's got more strength through the channels connecting through the lower burner. So it's already got more activation. It supports the correct Qi and fosters the original Qi. Now, it's also said to tonifies Qi and nourishes blood and yin. I mean, it's basically saying it does everything. It does the Qi. It does the digestive system because it's with the stomach and spleen. It helps to clear damp. It helps to nourish the blood, and it helps to nourish the yin. The spleen is said to nourish blood in general. And with that, blood is very yin. So it has an active quality on this because it's such a powerful point. So it's one of the best points, like I said at the beginning, one of the best points to work with. Okay. We're going to have to finish here, people, because we've gone over an hour. I would just like us very briefly to have that feeling of the group. So take 1 second to just see the group of people, feel the group of people. This class, thank you very much for helping to make it what it is and for helping each other out by being here. It's beautiful to be with you all. Have a lovely, lovely day, and we will see you next week for another lovely Wednesday class. I've really enjoyed you guys being here too. I'm going to put a little heart in the chat. Thank you, Cliff, for jumping in for the chat, especially whilst traveling on a train. That's pretty good going. So until next time, cheerio, everyone. Goodbye.